Thursday, August 7th, 2014. I'm Rim.
I'm Scott.
And this is Geeknights. Tonight, salad with lettuces and such.
Days. Let's do this.
Oh my god, I should have made my thing of the day. Salad days.
That's not a thing of the day.
That's the thing of the day.
That's a thing of the decades before
Anyone
we were born.
fancy a game of tennis? The thing is, that skit is funny even if you don't get what it's actually making fun of.
I actually only half get what it's making fun of.
Does the name Peckinpah ring a bell?
It's a familiar word.
Really? How is that a familiar word? In what context? Give me any relation to that word.
It's a word I've heard before.
Where? How?
It's just a word.
What kind of thing is it? It's not
just
a word.
It is not a new word to me.
It's a name.
Okay.
You have never heard that word before.
I've heard it. I don't know what it means or where
I don't
it's
think
from,
you've heard it.
But I have heard it.
I don't think you've heard of Sam Peckinpah.
I have heard that name. I don't know Sam Peckinpah. I've heard the word.
No one would ever say
Peckinpah.
Peckinpah unless they were referencing Sam Peckinpah.
I have heard of it in my life.
Uh-huh. So can you guess why it's related to salad days?
He was a dude like that.
Like what?
Maybe he was a crazy killer who went to guys playing tennis and murdered them by cutting their limbs off.
No one murdered anyone in salad days. That was just a series of horrific accidents.
Maybe he was just a really accident-prone dude.
Quote, David Samuel Sam Peckinpah, February 21st, 1925 to December 28th, 1984, was an American film director and screenwriter who achieved prominence following the release of the Western epic The Wild Bunch.
Oh, I know that. I heard of that movie.
Blah, 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 blah. He was given the nickname Bloody Sam owing to the violence in his films. His characters are often loners or losers who desire to be honorable, but are forced to compromise in order to survive in a world of nihilism and brutality.
I should go see that movie.
Didn't you notice in the Salad Days sketch that they're like directed by Sam Peckinpah?
No.
That's the joke.
Oh, I thought...
It's not just the horrific accident violence.
Okay.
You learn something new every day.
There you go.
Every day.
Sure.
So, got some news here. I'm kind of shocked and amazed that regular media was really not covering this at all. And I'm not talking about in that sense of Republicans and Fox News being like, but Benghazi, why doesn't anyone care about Benghazi? Ah! I'm talking about actual news.
Because you don't care about Benghazi.
So the American media has been going crazy about Ebola, but they're not going crazy about it in terms of the humanitarian crisis in the countries where it is occurring. They're going crazy about it in the sense of, oh my God, what if it comes here?
Of course.
But what they're not talking about is what happened in Toledo the other day.
Okay.
Do you know what happened in Toledo?
I really couldn't give any fewer shits.
Well, you wouldn't give any shits
because I
if you
give
lived
no
there.
shits about anything that ever happens in Toledo, Ohio. Unless, for some reason, Toledo, Ohio decided to declare war on New York or something, in which case I would sign up and shoot them in the face. But other than that, I don't care. If a nuke hit Toledo, Ohio, I still wouldn't care.
You are familiar with the Toledo War, right? That was between Michigan and Ohio over the rights to the Toledo disputed
Right,
strip.
that's why the only thing I'm concerned with is maybe they might start that shit up again, only pointed in the wrong direction. But they're pretty far away.
Wait, so you're saying in the war between Ohio and Michigan, you're on Michigan's side?
No, I'm saying if they decided to, take their warlike ways to New York, I don't give a shit.
How would they even get here?
Listen, they have cars, all right? It's modern times. They have more cars than we have because we don't drive.
This war is great because belligerent, state of Ohio, territory of Michigan. Casualties and losses, Ohio lost nobody, and Michigan had 0 dead and 1 wounded. I think like 14 shots were fired.
I'll
in the
tell
whole
you,
war.
if they start that shit up with New York, those numbers are going to be a lot higher on the Ohio side.
Gonna go volunteer? Gonna sign up to be one of the doughboys?
It will not be good for you people from the state with 2 O's in the name.
Heading over on the Erie Canal to do some battling?
Yeah.
Now, so what happened in Toledo, because a lot of people don't seem to realize that anything happened, there was some news about a water crisis. And that's most of what people heard. What actually happened was suddenly...
Usually that shit's out in California, Arizona. How does Ohio run out of water? They have water.
So there's
they have water there. It's not a no water place like Arizona.
So you can read the details about it, but the irony of the fact that this occurred in a city that borders the Great Lakes it really tells you how much of an actual crisis this was.
How couldn't they just start drinking Great Lake water?
Yes, Scott, they do drink Great Lakes water. Here's what happened.
So how?
Toledo and the entire metropolitan region around it, which is about 500,000
So this
people.
did not affect Cleveland, Columbus, etc.
No, it affected Toledo and its surroundings. So about 500,000 people, give or take, were affected.
So almost nobody.
On the grand scale of the country, that's bigger than a lot of places.
It's less than. So it's like my neighborhood's worth.
It's more than Seattle. So, Toledo they announced that there was an emergency and that nobody should drink the water, touch the water, brush their teeth with the water, cook with the water, bathe with the water.
How could the whole Great Lake be poisoned? That's impossible.
Actually,
the sheer amount of poison is impossible.
Actually, it's very easy for that to happen. And it's
Was it just the area around the reservoir intake thingy?
So the reservoir intake thingy is massive, and it's out in the middle of Lake Erie.
Obviously.
Lake Erie has been having, for a long time now, algal blooms.
So there's algae in the water?
Yes.
Doesn't the water treatment center clean that shit out?
It's supposed to, but one, because we
Did they
don't
fuck
invest
up with the water treatment center?
Because we don't invest in civil infrastructure, Toledo's water treatment system kind of old, kind of shitty.
So it broke?
And the intakes are near to the surface. No, what happened was the algae had a huge bloom.
Okay.
More so than has happened in recent memory, at least since they started testing for this.
It clogged the shit up?
No. So this toxin was just created in such quantity that it could not be removed from the water. It also is very difficult to test for this toxin.
What do you mean? You drink the water. If you die...
No, this toxin causes cumulative liver damage from what I can gather.
Oh, it's not like you're
And
dead.
not from drinking it, from being exposed to it.
So
I
it's
have
like
known
Tylenol?
people who have had liver problems,
Just
like
swimming in
basically
lakes?
hepatitis, from being near lakes that were also near farms or pig farms. Because what happens is fertilizer runoff and phosphates get into the water in like ponds. Algae go, oh fuck, there's more food here than we've ever had. So algae explodes everywhere, just algae everywhere.
Yep.
And then the algae makes poison.
Can't they just go out into the lake and spray all the algae to kill them off?
Yes, by putting poison in the water.
Sure, but there are people from Ohio, so we don't care.
But so there's already poison in the water. The result of this
Can't
was
make
that
it worse.
usually when there's a water emergency like that in the civilized, modern, industrialized world, I mean, there aren't
And don't
water...
you just can't you do something at the water treatment facility? Insert some new equipment that takes care of that?
That would take probably years to put in place.
Money.
Even then.
Oh, right. Ohio doesn't have any.
Also, the problem is that Lake Erie, being shallow, being warmer due to global warming, and
Algae's pretty happy right now.
being increasingly flooded with fertilizer runoff due to largely unregulated farms and golf courses.
Well, living in farm places, yeah.
Yeah, but places that could regulate and choose not to. It's basically a perfect storm of everything conservatives believe don't happen or matter actually poison the water supply of a city. For 3 days, the water was toxic and unusable. The National Guard had to be mobilized. Water had to be trucked in. Every store ran out of water. It was a disaster, and people likely would have died. They suddenly declared after a few days that the poison levels had dropped below the line, and thus it was okay to drink the water again. This is far from over. This could happen again at any point.
Well, now I'm much more concerned of Ohio declaring war on New York to take our treasured water supply.
Why would they not declare war on Michigan? Because Ohio has one Great Lake, the shittiest Great Lake. Now, granted,
it's not even that great. It's just the good lake.
The thing is,
It's
Lake
the
Erie,
meh lake.
Lake Erie is still better than any other fucking lake in the world. I used to go swimming a lot in Lake Erie. What, Lake Champlain? Lake Champlain is like 100th the size of Lake Erie.
I'm thinking of lakes like on the other side of the planet.
There aren't that many lakes that big. And Lake
Most
Erie,
of the ones I thought of are actually seas.
So Ohio is on the smallest and shittiest of the Great Lakes. Michigan has access to Lake Superior, which is pretty fucking awesome in terms of water to drink. And, you know, the other Great Lakes up there, like Lake Superior.
That's clearly
Yeah,
superior.
It is.
Yeah.
It's also deep and fucking cold in the middle of summer. Go there like August 30th on a sunny 100-degree day. That water is 32.1 degrees.
The thing is, you're so proud of these fucking lakes. None of these lakes even hold a candle to a sea. A sea is just unbeatable.
Unless you want to drink the water.
Black Sea, Red Sea,
Mediterranean Sea.
Dead
Go
Sea.
drink any of those. Go drink some of the Dead Sea. What's it called again? Oh, right.
You don't drink it, you float in it. It's,
The point of this news, I'm not going to go do the play-by-play. read about it. Go read what happened. The news didn't cover it at all outside of that area, but think about for a second what just happened. In the United States of America, one of the most industrialized and advanced countries in the world, one of the safest water supplies in the world.
Well, depending on which state you're in.
But even the shittiest states have better water here than most of the rest of the world.
Yeah, where there's dysentery and shit. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, when I go to India, I have to drink bottled water, even in like major cities in luxury hotels. That's fucked up.
Actual luxury hotels, not hotels that just use the word luxury.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in America, in a normal city, I mean, Toledo's not the smallest city. It's actually, on the scale of cities in the country, one of the bigger cities. The entire water supply was poisoned, and we could do nothing about it. But for the fact that the algae just happened to recede enough to where the toxin levels dropped just low enough to where we'd say it's okay to drink is the only reason the people aren't dying.
But it's still poison. It's just not as much poison.
Had this not subsided, it's not out of the realm that a staged evacuation of the city would have had to occur.
Well, I mean, there's probably enough water for like a few people to stay there.
Yeah, but I mean, they were trucking it. They emptied pretty much every source of bottled water within their region.
Couldn't they just seal the intake and then make a big pipe to somewhere else?
From where?
In the lake?
How long do you think that would take? This shit is not fast to do.
Just to make a pipe. We have pipes.
How many decades did it take, Scott, to make a new pipe to New York? Even when we spent a lot of money. It's not easy.
Well, I mean, if you put the pipe above ground instead of underground, you have to dig.
Just consider the fact that this happened in the year 2014 in a city in the United States of America, and the news gave zero fucks about it, despite the fact that this is an unresolved issue. This is fucked. Anyway, that's my news. You got something less depressing?
It's not depressing. It's fuck Ohio. Yeah, so tomorrow we are going to go see the Angry Video Game Nerd movie.
Oh, yeah.
In New York City. I mean, it's already been screened a bunch of places. I think it's being screened at PAX, amongst other locations.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend PAX hours. I can spend New York hours.
But we're going to go see it tomorrow. He's finally finished it, right? He didn't shit talk. Good on him. We'll let you know how it is. Kind of somewhat exciting. Not because I think it's going to be the greatest movie ever, but it could be good. But because it's like there's this dude who've been watching all this time.
And someone on that level made a thing that's big enough to be screened at Lincoln Center.
Yeah, well, Lincoln Center-ish area, right? How come we haven't done anything, higher than our level?
Because he has attacked only one. We have like half-assedly attacked like 100 things.
So true.
We're slowly stepping up the game.
Why don't we
Stay
quit
tuned.
everything then and just attack only one?
I've thought about that. Remember, with the savings we've got now, you, me, and Emily could move to like the equivalent of Beacon and live for like 2 years with no income.
I was thinking the other day, I read this article about what it takes to win this Field this Yard. And I was like, you know what? I should just quit my job and just make games forever until I win it.
I'm bringing my prototype game to PAX to play.
Yeah, but you're not going to win this Field this Yard.
No.
But it's like I should just concentrate on doing I should pick one thing like that, if not that, and just do that and only that until I get it.
My longest term goal I have in my world is someday I want to be important enough in the games industry to give a keynote at APAX.
Imagine if I won the Spiel des Jahres. Like, I go to Germany, and they give me the little red pawn
If I won the
thingy.
Spiel des Jahres...
A game that says Scott Rubin on it has the red pawn on it.
If I won one, I would tattoo that trophy on my body somewhere.
I would do that, but it's like, I could die with no regret. It's like, all right, I'm good.
Oh, and there's a side news.
And now think about this, right? The Dominion dude, Donald Vaccarino, whatever, motherfucker's got two. Dominion and then Kingdom Builders one also, right?
Did it? Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah.
So I got a little funny news
How about
too.
that?
This is one of those stories that may be apocryphal, and Gawker linked to it, and Fark, and I found this whole tree, and as far as I can tell, the nearest source I can get is a single post on Reddit. But supposedly, guy was in line at a Burger King, and behind him was this shitty little kid who's having a tantrum about how he wants some fucking pie. And he's really mad, and his mom's like, fine, I'll buy you some pie. So he, being 2 people ahead of that family, asked how many pies they had. It was only 23, so we bought them all.
Okay.
And that's it. I found that was funny, and mostly, I'm curious whether or not this happened, and I'm curious why all these different news sites today decided to, cannibalize off of each other into this, Ouroboros circle jerk and link to this thing.
Okay.
It's like a circle where I think they all link to each other and there's no origin.
Maybe.
Things of the day. But when we were young, during our salad days, one thing that we did...
We fancied a game of Mario Tennis.
Nah. we were coming out of Wegmans after buying our groceries, and next to in the area of the lottery machine that one time I put $5 into and I won like $40. The only time I ever put money in that thing. And next to it were the vending machines that had like vampire teeth, blood, really shitty candy. And one day Scott notices something called homies. We go over and look.
Little action, well, they're not action figures, but little figurines, little plastic dudes.
And they were like little thug dudes called homies.
And they had a lot of character. They were actually pretty funny or cool in various ways.
For 50 cents, they were pretty quality. So every time
we
we went
used
to
to
Wegmans,
actually get them at the burger place with the train and the air hockey.
Bill Gray's.
Bill Gray's had the best homie machine.
Man, I remember a lot of weird late nights. Like it'd be like 9:30 and we're hungry and we're like, let's just go to Bill Gray's. And no one else ever went with us. It was just that
place was never crowded, but it
was
huge.
It was huge. The food was mediocre.
It was okay food.
They didn't have air hockey, but they had that other hockey.
You could get a fried chicken sandwich there that was better than you could get at a fast food place, and that wasn't widely available.
In retrospect, I can't figure out why we ever went there instead of Jay's.
The diner?
Yeah. Why was it when it was the two of us?
Steak on French bread?
Yeah.
Because I guess I had to sit with a wait service and whatnot.
True, it was faster. Give it that.
The place I always wanted to go was that there's a place called Moonshine Barbecue.
Oh, that drive-through barbecue.
It was just a barbecue restaurant.
My God.
But then they opened up Moonshine Barbecue Express across the street from Millennium. And that you can get the best barbecue sandwich there.
Yeah.
But that didn't last very long. I think I was the only one who went there. And then it was gone.
I remember I went to that weird sandwich place in that weird
building. Whenever I see a similar sandwich elsewhere, I get it.
Thing is, if I went over there, as much as I like that place, I go to a Meals and get one of those chicken cordon bleu
sandwiches.
You're
at a Meals, why'd you go to DeBella's, which is you could literally walk
completely different kinds of food. DeBella's is a sub. A Meals is a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But I digress. So we kind of collected these homies.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. I found them the other day.
Yeah, I remember I kept the one that was the cop in the car as like a totem or a fetish.
We got some doubles, right? Because you're buying these randomly from a machine.
I had like 3 of this one guy with a long face wearing like a basketball shirt.
You had bad luck.
And I had 2 of the cop.
I got quite a few. I should bust them out.
I got that girl with the weird hair a couple times too. So here's a documentary, Vice documentary.
These things were useful. It wasn't just like we were collecting stupid figures in college for no reason. We played a lot of cheap-ass games, such as Kill Dr. Lucky, which ended up being Kill
Dr. Homie.
Kill Dr. Homie. Because you got to supply your own pawns. So
yeah, if you ever wanted to know what the story was with homies, because they were actually way bigger than we realized at the time. This is a documentary about the guy who was responsible for the homie empire.
Whoa.
Let me tell you, this is fascinating. This is depressing. So fair warning, if you watch this, you're going to see the most stereotypical Staten Island guy with his voice. And fuck this shit, fucking motherfuck shit, fuck. And it's really
how much money
sad.
am I giving my homies?
Oh my God, it's so sad. $30 fucking dollars. Here's your $12. My man, I'll see you later. That guy sounds like what a lifetime of misery and cigarettes does to the human soul.
Okay, so there's a question I've had for a long time, and I knew that I definitely had an answer that I could find on the internet, but I just never actually went through the effort of finding the answer on the internet. Until just now, I did. The question was, if you see the giant-ass crane building a skyscraper or something, how do they build that crane? How do they get it up there?
A lot of people's response to that question is, duh, and then they trail off as they can't really figure it out.
Of course. And you think, another crane. Obviously, you use some small cranes to get started, but here's a video on YouTube showing how a tower crane works. I'm going to spoil it. It's really fascinating. So they build a small piece of the tower just by building with other cranes. Then they put the little control, room and all that stuff on top, right? And it's a crane. It's just really short. On the tower that the crane is on, there's a hydraulic lift. The hydraulic lift basically lifts the crane up 1 section's worth. Then the crane goes and uses the actual crane that is working to lift up a new section, and it slides in. Then people screw it, they attach it, Then the hydraulic lift lifts the crane itself up one more section. And that's how it works. So this led to a more fascinating question. As soon as I saw this video, I was like, aha, I get it. That's amazing. Incredible. It's everything I expected. How do they take that fucking shit apart? You think they would just do the same thing in reverse. But actually, no. So here's a video. Also, second thing of day. Dismantling the world's largest tower crane.
Is that representative of how they take apart all cranes, or is that one special?
It's specifically tower cranes. Not any other kind of crane. There are many cranes that are not tower cranes. This is a tower crane. This is how they take that one apart.
All right. In the meta moment, the book club book is a canonical for Leibowitz. I'm hoping Scott will read it at some point.
I actually opened up yesterday to where I was bookmarked and then immediately closed and went to bed.
That's great.
Without reading any words.
We got a bunch of videos on the internet. Not going to dwell on all that stuff. We are running a contest to win 2 4-day badges to PAX Prime.
Those other people have had, at least one person has received their tickets in the mail already.
So the deadline is fast approaching. When Scott receives them...
I'll probably give like one grace day and then pick a winner randomly from amongst the people who have tweeted properly.
We'll link to the rules, but basically you have to tweet promotional stuff about us and Geeknights.
Yes, at least one person has tweeted incorrectly, neglecting the PAX hashtag.
Uh-oh. You better check and make sure it wasn't you.
You can still tweet again and get it right. It doesn't matter.
We're going to do a search to find all the correct entries.
Yes, some people actually tweeted but did not link to any Geeknights content. Your tweet will also not count. So make sure you tweeted correctly. Otherwise, I know some of you people too. I feel bad missing your entry, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
Gotta be fair.
Follow the rules, or else your entry doesn't count. More than one entry isn't gonna count either. You're just gonna get one.
Now, granted, if PAX announced or at least told panelists and presenters and speakers if they had a badge ready for them or not, then we wouldn't even bother buying badges and giving them away like this. Meaning 2 more people could have just bought badges.
Yep.
But this is the world we live in. I'm not risking not going to a PAX.
That's right.
So if you're going to be a PAX, either because you win these badges or because you're awesome, noon, Monday, how to win every game.
Monday? Are you say PAX 4-day? Oh my God.
I always forget PAX is 4 days until like the week before and I go, oh fuck. And for me, PAX is 6 days because I'm also going to be at PAX
Sunday, full day of PAX.
I'm going to be at PAX for 6 whole motherfucking days. And I'm going to be there the Tuesday before and the Tuesday after to play games in the lobby.
I only hope permanent PAX can come about within our lifetimes.
If we all just move to one place.
Permanent PAX. PAX
yeah.
Town. PAX New York.
It would just, you know what it should be like? It should be like one of those clubs.
We'll just kick everyone out of White Plains and make it PAX New York.
It'll be like the Greek gentlemen societies that they have everywhere, like the societies for like particular ethnic groups that move to New York. We need a big one of those that's just PAX.
Oh, so it's like a certain neighborhood just becomes the nerd neighborhood?
Yep, and then there's a bunch of those facilities, like where we had the first Burning Con.
Which neighborhood should we take over?
Well, obviously the Upper West Side. So yes, if you're going to be a PAX dev, let me know. Maybe we can hang out, go to some panels together. If you're going to be at the PAX Sky High charity pre-PAX whatever event, we're going to be there. We can play some games. I hope you have a VIP because I don't know if we can bring non-VIPs into the VIP room, which we just paid money for. And otherwise, that's it.
Spending too much money lately. Anyone wants to send me money? I have a second PAX badge.
The good news, however, is that part of the reason we're spending all this money is that we bought some equipment that's going to let us continue to make content for the internet in greater quantity.
I don't think there is any equipment we could possibly get that we do not already have that we would need for anything ever.
At this point, having people to do the work is all we need.
Yep.
If someone else would video this shit. So yeah, we're going to try to use this shit at PAX and at other places and expect a lot of video content to be coming out of us in the near future. So, salad.
Yeah, so we want to do a food episode.
People always seem to like the food episodes.
But we needed something more specific than just food, which Rim wanted to do.
Yeah, we did a show once called Fire, so to be fair.
That's a great episode. So yeah, salad is a kind of food I eat a lot and make a lot, so I guess we can talk for 30 minutes about it pretty easily.
I'm a big fan of salads. My whole life as a kid, we would have a salad as a pre-dish or a side dish with pretty much every meal.
That is true.
What sickens me is that most people I know, that is not the case. What the fuck family did you grow up in?
A family that, I don't know, ate McDonald's every dinner or something.
Fat family.
Maybe, I don't know.
Even at McDonald's. When I went to McDonald's as a kid, unless it was breakfast, I usually got the salad.
When I was a kid, McDonald's did not have salad. And I stopped going to McDonald's when I was still in single digits of age. And then I guess they had salad after that. I think the last time I went to McDonald's or Burger King, like, for reals, was when they had Thundercats toys. That's how long, 80s.
I went to a McDonald's.
That's not to say I didn't eat fast food. I went to many an Arby's.
Yeah, we tried to go to that one Arby's not that many years ago.
We went to Wendy's near RIT.
Yeah.
But I did not go to McDonald's.
Well, because
Burger
Wendy's
King.
was right next to Putt Putt that had the DDR machine.
And they had $1 chicken nuggets.
And let me tell you, when you're poor and you have no money at all,
$1
and you're really
chicken
hungry,
nuggets.
5 orders of $1 nuggets was a pretty good deal.
It sure was.
So, let's get right to the point. What's your favorite kind of salad, Scott?
I like so many kinds of salads.
Yeah, but like if you had to name one, like if you had to pick one salad to eat right now, named salad.
That's the thing. My salad mood changes often. But one salad
What'd you go to then?
Well, I go to Freshco a lot. That's like my favorite salad place. That's just a normal salad place, not a fancy restaurant salad place.
Yeah, I go to Just Salads for salad a lot.
And when I go there, I usually order one of 2 salads. One that they've taken off the menu, but you can still order.
You're one of those people?
Which is the Fiesta. And the other one, which is...
Oh, they don't make the Fiesta anymore?
Well, they do. You just say, I want the Fiesta, and they make it for you. But it's not on the printed menu on the wall anymore. But every single person who works there knows what it is.
Someday that will not be true.
Maybe.
I, too, have lost a kingdom.
If there's someone there, teach it to them and play it forward.
Like if you're... All right, RIT kids, I know a lot of you listen. Go to Java Wally's on campus and try to order a chaplain. That is the ultimate test.
The other one that they have there I really like is the South Beach. So the South Beach is like fruit and nuts and raisins and gorgonzola cheese and this, it's sort of that kind of salad. They're summery. And the Fiesta is basically like Chipotle in salad form. It's some like crispy fried chicken all chopped up with, lettuce and...
But like sour cream, what are those salads
like
that's
little
thick
little tortilla strips?
It's basically just an enchilada.
Tomato, onion, all kinds of cheese, some Tex-Mex dressing on there.
Yeah, I realized when I grew up as a kid, there was the default salad because I lived in Michigan in the Midwest. And in the Midwest, it seems like the default salad is basically the chef's salad. So cubed ham, maybe some cubed turkey, maybe some cubed salami, some cubed Monterey Jack, some cubed cheddar, maybe some cubed Colby sometimes, iceberg lettuce, onions, tons of ranch dressing, and maybe bacon bits.
Yeah.
It was basically just it's almost like it's like making cereal with croutons. And instead of milk, so croutons instead of cereal, ranch dressing instead of milk. That's basically what these salads were.
So the chef salad and the Cobb salad are actually my least favorite salads.
Oh, the Cobb salad. I was saving that for the end.
That is my least favorite salads because the chef salad contains those cubed hams.
Oh my God, that cubed ham is so good.
Not a fan of really any ham.
But to be fair, I'll give you that because if you don't like cubed ham, if you don't like pink boiled ham, I can understand why you wouldn't like a chef's salad.
And the Cobb salad has the hard-boiled egg, which also not a fan.
Oh, but the hard-boiled egg, which is not in a chef's salad usually.
No, they're talking about the Cobb salad has the egg, and the chef salad has the ham, neither of which I'm a big fan of. So
when I was a kid,
tend to avoid those.
In the elementary school cafeteria, you could order, usually they'd have 2 options for for lunch. And it was always like the bullshit food in cafeterias that's awful, like their chicken nuggets or the awful hamburger. And then the other option was pretty much always the chef salad. So I ate chef salad like every goddamn day. And that's also what I made at home. Scott's poking me for some reason.
Yeah, I just decided to do that because it's fun. Yeah.
Okay. Poking me with the microphone boom.
Yeah.
The extra microphone boom that we don't need anymore because we bought those Countryman microphones.
Boom. We're not going to use those for the podcast.
No, but I don't need this third boom anymore.
I guess not.
We're using those for video.
Sure.
No longer will Scott have to sit there for like an hour while I position the stereo mics.
Anyway, more salad action. So I'm making a salad. The salad I usually make at home is very similar to the salad my parents would make at home.
Oh, so garden salad or a Caesar salad?
Yeah, it's usually garden-ish, right? Because basically, once I got to high school, they told me to make the salad.
Yeah.
So my dad doesn't like cucumber, but we had cucumber anyway, and he just wouldn't get any. And basically be some lettuce, usually romaine, iceberg, something like that.
Okay, so
Right.
lame-o lettuce, standard lettuce.
Yeah, chop it up nicely, tear it up with your hands. You're actually not supposed to cut it.
I learned that from oh my God, what sitcom did I learn that from? Anyway, go on.
Seinfeld? I don't know.
No, way before that.
Okay. You tear lettuce with your hands, you don't cut it. Carrot?
Charles in Charge.
Really?
There's an episode about that.
Apparently that guy's supposed to be a dick, I've heard.
I can't comment on that.
I don't know.
But
I've heard rumors that the Charles.
in charge
I heard
of
rumors
our
that.
days
Oh, his name is
and
Scott,
our
right? Scott
nights.
Baio, is that the guy's name? I heard rumors he's a huge dick.
Charles in charge of our wrongs and our
Anyway.
rights. I want Charles. Anyway.
In charge of your salad.
So,
Yeah.
In
so
that
it's
episode-
basically carrot, lettuce,
in that episode, every time he
Tomato,
walks into the room,
onion, cucumber.
they're making a salad, and someone's always there either cutting lettuce with scissors or chopping it
Wrong.
with a knife. And every time he comes in, he's like, you got to tear it. Why? Otherwise, it'll go brown. Why? You're just supposed to know that. Yeah, but why does it go brown? I don't know. And this happens. Like, every time he comes in, someone's fucking up the salad.
There is a time when you're not supposed to tear a lettuce with your hands. You know when that is? A wedge salad.
I like wedge salads.
You got to use a big knife and make a big wedge in that lettuce, and then you can make a wedge salad.
In the modern era, people seem to agree that tearing the salad is pointless.
Why?
That it's all a myth.
Okay.
I'm doing some research here. So basically,
Does it depend on the kind of lettuce, though?
that's what I think it is. This guy did an experiment. So I tear green leaf lettuce and red leaf lettuce unless I'm making a chopped salad. I don't actually, as much as I really like
I mean,
iceberg
if you're
lettuce,
doing the thing that the salad places do, where you just chop everything up like crazy before putting it in the bowl,
doesn't matter.
and it doesn't matter whether you tore it or chopped it.
When
to
you make a
with.
chopped salad, do you put it in a bowl and actually toss it with the dressing?
No, I usually just put the dressing on and use my fork to just turn it over.
Nah.
Because I don't have a bowl. It's like I'd have to dirty a whole extra bowl just to toss the salad in and then pour
It's
it.
worth it.
Mm.
It's kind of like when you fry rice. Like if you put that effort in to coat every single grain of rice with egg, it is so worth
All
it.
5 flavors will come out. It'll be so golden
Yeah.
that you'll shed a manly tear.
Oh, in real life, it doesn't matter how you divide the leaves as long as you don't apply dressing before storing for a prolonged period.
Obviously.
Given that lettuce is browning on the ribs before it does on the edges, the difference between cut and torn is no longer important. Wait, no longer? When was this important? All right, you talk. I'm going to read this.
So yeah, the typical salad I make: lettuce, tomato, cucumber, carrot, peppers, onions, croutons.
What kind of peppers?
Dressing? Any kind I can get, right? So sometimes the red one, sometimes the green one, sometimes the yellow and the orange one.
You're not using like poblanos or jalapenos, though.
No, I mean those are in the Fiesta. The
Yeah, that's
Fiesta
a
has
different kind.
jalapenos in it.
That is more like I don't know, like one of those like
Right.
taco salads.
I'm using some kind of bell pepper, whichever one looks good at the store. Maybe I'll buy a package of like the Tres Colores peppers.
All right, this guy argues the opposite. Tearing lettuce is always worth the effort.
Okay, why?
It takes a reasonably similar amount of time, and the different. But what? If you were planning on eating God damn it, you people! This is too complicated. I gotta.
Why
keep
we have to
reading.
call the Culinary Institute?
Yeah, we do. I got to see what they learn in their class.
We
They
should
find the
poll.
textbook.
We should poll multiple chefs and get their opinion.
I was always told by
Like
family
9
members.
out of 10. Like 9 out of 10 dentists approve of this toothpaste. How many chefs out of how many say you should tear the lettuce?
Grandmas and
and why?
Mas told me to tear it, as did Charles in Charge. The internet seems to think that it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Anyway,
whatever. So yeah, what do you think of lettuce in a bag?
I used to buy that when I didn't have a lot of time to cook, but fuck that now.
See,
Now I always get all fresh everything and prepare the salad entirely from scratch.
when I was growing up, my mom had mad Tupperware, including this green bowl, a special green bowl that you could put a head of lettuce in.
Guess what? We got one of those now.
If you bought lettuce that comes in head shape,
We got one.
and if you put lettuce in that bowl, it stayed good for so fucking long. It was amazing. That's like this incredible green Tupperware bowl that they don't make anymore. And because I didn't have that bowl, and whenever I bought some kind of lettuce, it went bad pretty quick. Even though iceberg lettuce for $1 is the cheapest. Even romaine lettuce, right? It's like it's the cheapest way, even in like a escarole or something. But I didn't have the bowl, so lettuce went bad so fast.
Okay, these people
So I
don't-
bought lettuce in a bag to avoid, so I'd spend less money and use more lettuce and be more efficient. But once I got out of college, I went on eBay, I bought that motherfucking bowl. And
Sadly,
now,
I
no more
really-
bag lettuce for me.
I really like iceberg lettuce, but which is the head.
Yeah.
Unlike like green leaf lettuce, like I can't put in a bowl like that because it's long, and big.
Yep.
And lately I've been getting Batavian lettuce, which is just like this monster. It's good. It's
you
like
can put other non-head lettuce. I mean, there are lettuces that are sort of head-like. Like the escarole is sort of like it's a different shape, but it's still a head.
True.
You can put a cabbage in there.
But the problem is I can feed the rabbits because we have to feed the rabbits fresh greens. So we alternate between parsley and cilantro and lettuces and all these things. Rabbits can't eat iceberg lettuce because it's got too much cellulose and it'll give them gas and could make them
basically 100% cellulose.
Yes.
It might as well be celery in leaf form.
And as a kid, I always had this perception that iceberg lettuce was like the bad lettuce. Like iceberg lettuce.
It's not the bad. It's just a Gennaro lettuce.
No, not bad like taste. Bad like not as good for you as other lettuces.
It's just as good for you as other lettuces.
That's actually debatable.
I know, but it's a Gennaro lettuce, right?
Iceberg lettuce is the lettuce that you use to make a salad that's primarily consisting of cheese and meat and croutons and dressing.
Yeah, it like bears the most weight and it has the most water going on.
Like
and it's also much better for sandwiches than other lettuces.
That is true. It is the sandwich
lettuce. It depends
lettuce.
on the kind of sandwich though, right? Sometimes you make a sandwich and you want those lettuces that are just like leaves. You know, like
when I do that, you know what I'll do?
It feels like you're eating a tree.
I'll put
kind of sandwich.
One chunk of romaine just across the entire sandwich in that case.
See, I like doing that flavor-wise, but often it creates this surface for things to just slide off of.
You're stacking incorrectly. You never worked at DeBella's.
You put lettuce at the bottom, things drip into it, and then the romaine has this shoot down the middle, and all these
lettuce goes on top.
No, lettuce goes on the
lettuce
bottom.
goes at the very top of your sandwich.
Lettuce goes on the bottom.
Lettuce goes on the top.
Bottom. You make a salad on top of the bread, and then you put the meat and cheese on top of that.
You don't know shit about making sandwiches.
I do know shit.
We gotta do a show on sandwiches.
Okay, next Thursday. Thursday is no longer whatever night. It's
no longer the lounge.
It's now food night.
But here's the difference. If I use iceberg lettuce,
we may have done sandwiches already.
I'm gonna put some creamy ass dressing on it.
Oh, for sure.
If I use
because if it's watery dressing, it's already so watery.
I would never put oil and vinegar on that. Oil and vinegar
it just slide right off like a friggin' slip and slide.
Oil and vinegar is if the individual lettuces had care.
Yeah, oil and vinegar has got to go on a salad where the lettuce can actually like absorb some of that. Maybe an iceberg, it just nothing sticks to that. It just goes. If you put oil and vinegar, you're gonna get a pool of oil and vinegar at the bottom of the bowl that you won't eat.
Well, oil and vinegar has got to be used if the salad is an appetizer and not the main meal, and if the salad consists primarily of greens that are themselves high quality. It's got to be a salad that would taste good with no dressing.
Yep.
Because then the oil and vinegar is just an enhancement to that otherwise perfect salad. But if I'm making a, big ol' like Rim is hungry and this salad is dinner, then the salad actually consists mostly of meat, and the lettuce is basically just a vehicle to make me feel a little less bad about eating a bowl of meat.
I actually almost never put meat on a salad. The only time I get meat in a salad is like if it's like, those bits of chicken or sometimes like a steak salad. But I'll never make that myself. I'll only get that at places.
I'll make that a lot, usually for dinner, like if the salad is dinner.
But I should do that. Like if I make a steak, I should just make 2 steaks. And then instead of usually I'll use the leftover to make a sandwich. I should cut the leftover up and make a salad instead. I just don't think to do that, but that's a good idea.
So I also I always get a little bit of like arugula or cilantro. And
arugula is real good.
Arugula is great, but don't make the mistake of thinking, hey, I like arugula. I'll make a small side salad that's 100% arugula.
Wrong.
That's bad news.
Notice, it's okay to use 100% iceberg, 100% romaine. Those other kinds of lettuces usually got to be mixed in.
Yep, like dandelion greens. If you put more than one big old green of dandelion in your salad, that thing tastes like bitter shit.
Yeah, that's why I don't eat it at all, because it's nasty. It's not food
I don't know what your
either.
problem is with dandelion greens.
It's not food.
Dandelion greens are delicious.
But then you just said it was bitter shit.
Yeah,
Which one is it?
So are most of the kinds of green vegetables that you saute.
Yeah, don't eat that shit. Or saute it first, right? Especially kale spinach.
Don't eat raw kale, you motherfuckers.
Kale's like this huge trending motherfucker. That shit is poison, yo. So is spinach. Unless you cook it, it's loaded with this acid called oxalic acid.
Spinach is not as bad.
Spinach is actually worse.
Well, because people don't eat as much of it. You don't make a whole salad of nothing but spinach. But
obviously.
A little bit of raw spinach is pretty good.
The point is, it tastes great. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, but
right?
kale doesn't taste great.
Kale and even worse spinach in their raw forms contain a ton of oxalic acid, which is just straight up bad for you, the same way that like trans fat is bad for you, right? It's just bad. There's nothing good about eating that acid. It's just bad. So if you want to eat kale or spinach, You should either eat a very small quantity of it raw, like, okay, there's a couple spinach leaves in your salad, no problem. You won't die. Big deal, right? I eat red meat. That's bad for you, too. But don't eat a big, huge pile of kale. I see at these salad places that are 100% kale raw. Not good.
Well, those people always get the same thing. They order like a kale and quinoa blandest possible salad.
Yeah.
I hate quinoa.
It's quinoa, I think.
It depends. You know what? I'm going to call it from now on? Quinoa. Because I don't care.
I don't care.
It's bad.
It doesn't taste good.
It's the kind of thing that people eat out of obligation.
They
feel
liking it. They don't actually like it.
I should eat something healthy. And I've noticed that with salads, too. A lot of people,
I
I've realized,
believe that this is healthy, despite any evidence suggesting so.
I think a lot of people would prefer to eat a salad comprised mostly of ranch dressing and croutons.
It's called a Caesar salad.
But
except that's Caesar dressing, but
they will eat oil and vinegar on a bland salad because they perceive that it's better for them, or they don't want to be seen as the person eating the ridiculously fatty salad.
I think they just believe it's better for them.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you don't like oil and vinegar,
marketing works.
Don't get that on your salad. If you like ranch dressing, go for it. Unless you're fat, then don't.
If you're fat, no, get it. It's you're eating a salad and not McDonald's.
Yeah. I could construct a salad that's way worse for you than any hamburger.
Yeah, Mr. Meat in every salad. You're putting a hamburger in your salad.
That's where I grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah. No, I mean, my salads rarely contain meat.
Actually, usually I'll do a lot of cheese and nuts and not meat because I've been cutting a lot of meat out of my diet.
My salads also rarely contain cheese.
It's very rare I will not put cheese in my salad unless the salad is just an appetizer. Not an appetizer.
I do enjoy cheese salad,
if it's just a side dish, like I have the partition plate.
Like when you go to a diner and there's like cheddar and whatever in the salad.
That's real good.
I love that shit.
Cubed or shredded?
I like the shredded because then you can sort of mix it up a lot more, especially with like carrot shreddings.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Well, I've noticed Emily doesn't like the same kind of salad I do. Like I make really over-the-top salads, but the problem is I think I like croutons and sunflowers way more than she does.
Oh, you like croutons, huh? You don't say.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're basically advanced crackers.
I also like croutons, but only in salad.
Why? Why arbitrarily limit yourself? Join me.
It's not an arbitrary limit.
It is the very definition of an arbitrary limit.
Why don't you just eat ketchup then? It tastes great.
Because that's a condiment.
So are croutons. They're a salad condiment.
No, they're not, because you can eat them on their own.
You can eat ketchup on its own.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't eat croutons on their own either, even though you can. Why are they in
the same class? What about if you crumble up crackers into your salad? Suddenly you're not allowed to eat crackers?
That's only because you didn't have croutons because you suck.
That is true. Do you know how many times in my life, when I was a kid, I would like make a salad, like in high school. Like, come home.
You didn't have any fucking croutons.
But I'd make the salad first, and I assume we have croutons. I reach in, there's no croutons.
You know how you assume.
Then I'm like going through the whole house looking for like anything crunchy to put in that salad.
Mm-hmm.
I really actually like the crunchy onions, but I never keep them around, so. Don't think we should really talk about...
French's fried onion? Oh, my God. I was just thinking about those 2 seconds ago.
I love those things.
I'm thinking I'm going to buy some on the way home.
Oh, my gosh. So I don't think
Maybe
we're
I'll
going
just eat hot dogs for dinner.
I feel like we should not talk about the other branch of salads, of potato salads and the like. That's a separate show.
I mean, potato salad, chicken salad. The other thing is, I'm not really into a lot of those.
I am increasingly into them, and I've always liked potato salad because that goes. If you go to a garden party in the Midwest, someone's bringing a ranch dressing, heavy chef salad, and the same person usually brings potato salad.
The reason I don't like a lot of those is because most of them tend to just be a bunch of stuff all mixed up, basically drowned in mayonnaise, and I'm not big on mayonnaise.
I'm big on mayonnaise.
Like pasta salad, I love pasta, not big on pasta salad.
In fact, I just made a pesto pasta salad with pine nuts the other day.
Oh, pesto could be good. It's not like it's not mayonnaise.
Yeah, make a pesto pasta salad sometime.
That could be good, right?
It's fucking amazing.
Pesto is great.
Here's the secret.
But
however much butter you think you're going to use when you're like preparing,
more.
Just butter it up.
Yeah, that's great. I don't like, but sometimes you get that pasta salad that's like pasta and some vegetables and some potato bits all drowned in mayonnaise, and it's cold now because they cooked the pasta.
It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah, I'm not big into that.
Nah.
Right? I want the pasta to at least be warm and drowned in something that's not mayonnaise.
Sometimes I'll live dangerously. Instead of using hard-boiled eggs, I'll use deviled eggs.
Not big into any egg.
I don't know what's up with you and eggs.
I like eggs. I just don't like weird eggs.
All right, so tomatoes. What tomato do you use?
Oh, for a salad?
Yeah.
Depends on the salad.
Because I used to not know better when I was young, and I just get the beefsteak tomatoes because that's what's there.
No, that's for sandwiches.
Lately, I pretty much only use Zimas or like heirloom cherry tomatoes.
Okay, so sometimes I'll use, obviously, if you have a tomato you grew yourself, like a cherry tomato, that's a way to go, okay? Any tomato you grew yourself just tastes better than any tomato you can buy in the store.
For sure.
Right? There is a brand of tomato they have at the store that's expensive that actually tastes almost as good as backyard tomato. So you can buy that and just shell out the money. That's also
Well, if you're doing that, just buy any tomatoes.
They'll have it's like a cherry tomato or a grape tomato or something like that.
But buy the ones that are not red, because basically from what I've read, the things that make tomatoes taste good and the genes that make tomatoes red, there's like a negative alignment there. So if you breed tomatoes to look good, they don't taste good.
Yep. Also, a plum tomato's not bad because you can sort of cut it up nicely. And the tomatoes on the vine are usually more expensive, but there's usually a reason for that.
Yeah, though in the grocery store I found they're not as good, and also those
depends on the grocery store. Like one grocery store near me has so many different kinds of tomatoes, and they are all horrible. And the other store, has like the thing is, you tend to lean towards the tomatoes that are just sort of out in the open. They always have the prepackaged ones, and they're always sort of suspicious. But actually, those are usually really good. They just cost a lot more.
Well, I found if I'm making like a garden salad, what I'll usually do is take moderately sized, like hold in my hand tomatoes, and I'll cut them into like fifths, wedges. And I'll put the wedges just in the salad.
That's what you gotta do. Wedges. I'll also cut the wedges in half to make like mini pyramids.
No, because I found if I do that, usually it's too mushy and watery.
Well, that's not. You gotta get a tomato that has more structure to it, not one that's all full of water.
But usually the watery ones taste better.
No, the structury ones taste better.
But if I'm making a chopped salad,
I like tomato flesh. I don't really like tomato water and seeds.
If I'm doing the chopped toss salad, what I'll do is this might seem like overkill, but it's worth it. I'll get cherry tomatoes or the Zima tomatoes, like the little ones, the orange ones, and I'll cut them all in half.
That's a good idea.
Because then you get the benefit of both worlds.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll do celery, but I find that celery doesn't add a lot to the salad.
No, I don't buy celery too often. It's mostly because you have to buy so much celery.
Yeah, and I use like 2 stalks of it, and then the rest gets soggy.
I'll have to just eat celery straight up to finish it all.
I know, and I don't like eating celery straight up. I like it in like soup.
Carrot pro tip: instead of buying like the carrots in a bag or baby carrots.
Why baby carrots are not baby carrots? Just regular carrots cut down to look like baby carrots.
We know that.
You all didn't. I worry.
If you go to the actual vegetable section, you can buy the big motherfucking carrot.
Careful. The larger a carrot is, the inside is usually kind of bitter.
I like that. I like the bigger. To me, at least, the big carrot tastes way better than any of the carrots they have. I love the big carrot. I like to get the
baby carrot that's actually a baby carrot.
I usually buy 2 big carrots, and I'll use one for salad and just eat the other one.
Well, if I get a big carrot, I shred it into the salad.
No, I just
instead of cutting it.
I cut the carrot, and even though it goes from small to big, so it's hard to cut evenly, there's a technique where you rotate the carrot, so all your carrot bits are equally sized, as long as you do it right.
Or what I'll do is I'll get the moderately to bigger sized carrots, and if I don't want to shred it, what I can do is I can chop it pretty fine, or I'll slice it. Is usually pretty good. Or if I really want to go nuts, I'll take that carrot and put it on the mandolin and just make like nice, thin, long carrot strips.
There's something else you can do. Just take your peeler. Peel the carrot.
And then keep peeling it.
And then
once
it's peeled, go over to the salad bowl and peel.
Yeah. Julienne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the carrots. I'll put those in almost everything. I'm a big fan of the nuts, too, like sunflower and walnuts.
Walnut is good. Sunflower seed, maybe.
Depends on the salad again.
Yeah, walnut is really like the ultimate salad nut. It's also one of the best nuts, period.
Yeah, it is. I just got new walnuts for salads.
Like, you don't want to put a peanut in a salad.
My thing lately, I haven't done, especially when it's like cooler out, is I like to make a salad that's like a lot of different kinds of greens, maybe no tomatoes at all, really finely chopped peppers, goat cheese, oil and vinegar.
The thing with that kind of salad is there's something psychological about having a lot of different colors in the salad. I don't like.
That's why I put radicchio in the salad, even though it doesn't add a lot of flavor.
Even if the salad is amazing, if it's like all green, it's sort of like, I can't. It's hard to eat. That's why I got to eat the carrot, the tomato, peppers that are different color.
Scott, I'm telling you, get a radicchio and just cut a little bit of it into every salad. Wait a minute. I just went to Wikipedia, and the 4th heading here is toxicity.
So don't eat radicchio?
Oh, that's if you use chicory in coffee.
We know that chicory is poison.
I like chicory, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Blah, blah, Chicory Farms, whatever. Yeah, radicchio's good in salads. It's a little bitter, but not as bitter as like dandelions.
All right.
I kind of want to make a salad now.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I got to eat dinner.
Feeling salad
And
in
we
a big
did
way.
a food show.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think if I had to pick a salad, though, that's my favorite. As much as I appreciate and really enjoy the simple artistic salad that's mostly the vegetables themselves with the right amount of oil and the right amount of the right kind of vinegar, maybe a little bit of lemon just sort of squeezed over it. The salads that I enjoy the most are the ones that are just a big old fucking Cobb salad that's mostly meat. Like, I'm not going to pretend that that's not my favorite kind of salad. This has been Geeknights with Rim and Scott. Special thanks to DJ Pretzel for the opening music, Kat Lee for web design, and Brando K for the logos.
Be sure to visit our website at frontrowcrew.com for show notes, discussion, news, and more.
Remember, Geeknights is not one, but 4 different shows. Sci-Tech Mondays, Gaming Tuesdays, Anime Comic Wednesdays, and Indiscriminate Thursdays.
Geeknights is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Geeknights is recorded live with no studio and no audience. But unlike those other late shows, it's actually recorded at night.
Everybody? Hello! I say, what a simply super day. Gosh, yes!
It's so, sunny.
Yes, isn't it? I say, anyone for tennis? Oh, super! What fun! I say, Lionel, catch.